Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Draemn StarCraft 2 Fee Tournament 2. This is like the second Fee tournament I've had. Anyways, this is my tournament for everyone else, as I like to call it. This time, instead of just having bronze, platinum players, we've even included a tier for diamond and master players. We're going to be playing everybody except for the grandmasters, high-end pro gamers, because, well, you know, they got their own stuff to do. There's a lot of grandmaster players who would love to participate in little tournaments like this and win some prizes, but you know what? This is my for everyone else tournament. Kind of meant for, you know, the non-pro scene, or, you know, the people who maybe dabble in the pro scene, but they're not really, you know, up there. And so that, for that reason, even though a lot of grandmaster players don't necessarily, you know, do a lot of pro game scene in terms of big tournaments or anything, it's still sort of there at that level. So, anyways, enough of that little chatter. Let's introduce our players. We have the purple Terran player, Mauve. That's probably more like Mauve. We have the Mauve Terran player Hangene on the right side of the map, and on the left side we have the orange Terran player Fugazi. Sounds a bit like a fungal if you ask me. And Hangene here, yeah, sounds like he's a germaphobe. I don't know, just because it has gene in it. That was bad. So anyways, what are we going to be getting in? Blah, 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 blah. So what are we going to be getting into with the Draemn StarCraft 2 Fee 2 tournament? Oh my god, that's way too much to say every time. We are going to be seeing right now, this is the first placement match of 2 placement matches that everyone in the Masters and Diamond category has to do. So everybody will be playing 2 placement matches, and I'll be just sort of putting up a couple of the really good ones on the channel, and this is one of those ones. It's going to be pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. It will be a long game, there will be some boring parts, but there are some pretty freaking hilarious things that go on in this game. And what are we going to be seeing out of the 2 players right now? We can sort of see Fugazi not having gotten any gas, his opponent having gotten gas though. So his opponent signaling he either wants to tech up a bit faster or go for some sort of aggressive play. Well, Fugazi looks like he's going to be doing a fast expand. And of course, the scout for Hangene going in the exact opposite, wrong direction, and for Fugazi, so both players will be in the blind for the longest time. And of course, Fugazi, yes, going for that fast command center, which hopefully will pay off considering he will not be scouted anytime soon. And his opponent here, Hangene, not going for any sort of fast command center, got that gas a lot earlier. We will see what he does soon. Both players now just working on building those basic SCVs and building blocks at any start of any game. And of course, our 2 workers passing there, how cute. And as we continue to look on, a barracks comes down, a second barracks from Fugazi now that he has his command center started. And of course, we're seeing the second gas from Hangene, so very aggressive play is going to be expected. Very tech heavy. Could be Cloak Banshees? No. That would have... Oh, that is a factory, yes. Maybe he's going for Cloak Banshees. Or just something that requires gas. Anyways, continuing on. This command center almost nearing completion. And, oh, the poor scout here. Is it going to make it? Is it go... Oh, and look at that stutter step. Not really needed, but kind of needed. Yeah, kind of needed. Anyways, that scout, poor scout dying, not being able to get in. Will Fugazi have better luck getting his scout into space? Well, with 3 Marines at the top of this ramp, I really doubt. Will he gain any valuable scouting information? Oh, and he just misses being able to see if there's an expansion or not, so he has absolutely no idea what's going on inside that base, whereas his opponent was lucky enough to see the expansion and knows what is going on there. So right now I'd say Hangene is definitely at an advantage, especially for doing an aggressive play versus early expansion, and also being able to deny that scout and not let his opponent know that he's going for that aggressive play. And not even a scan being thrown down on the main base. A lot of Terrans will like to waste, well, they will like to use a scan early game rather than trying to get a scout in there somehow to see what their opponent's doing. So we see a bunker going down, kind of a little late compared to the usual timing for a bunker there, but you know, it's coming down. And we see Stimpack being researched, so yeah, very aggressive play going to be coming out of Hangene, putting everything all in. He's got the factory, 2 barracks, and a starport even. And what's he gonna... Oh, Viking. Interesting move here. I'm not sure why he wants a Viking over a medevac. Maybe to snipe other medevacs, I don't know, but seems weird to me to build a Viking first, but that is what he is doing. So, kind of boring. What can I talk about right now as we watch these players just kind of sit back and, you know, build their strategy? Oh yeah, about my tournament. I'll tell you a little bit more what's going on this time. This time we have a bronze and silver category. Bronze and silver, and uh, you know, those people will be playing. I don't have a lot of people entered in the bronze and silver, so definitely within a few days after this video coming out, if you still want to sign up, you're more than welcome to. Probably until about the 19th or 20th, I'll be letting people still sign up for bronze and silver, as well as the gold and platinum. There's a gold and platinum category. Please feel free to sign up. I'll post the link in the description for you guys. I got a lot of prizes. There's like 3 random prizes of $10 that, you know, anybody who wins a couple of matches, you're automatically entered in a draw to win 10 bucks. So as long as you can win 2 matches, you have a chance to win something fun, even if you don't win the tournament. In addition to that, everybody who gets first or second place basically gets entered in a draw to win a graphics card. I have an extra GTX 570 MSI overclocked edition, and right now I think those are about 250, no, probably like 280 to buy brand new. So mine's about a year old, still has MSI warranty, you know. I can help you guys figure that stuff out. But yeah, so graphics card up for grab, as well as there's some cash prizes or free games on Steam to be given out. So there's a lot of prizes, guys. So feel free to, you know, sign up and play, even if you don't think you'll win. It might just be fun, just to, you know, say you did a tournament. So, hey, sign up. Definitely platinum, gold, silver, bronze. And you guys will be matched sort of somewhat to make the skill level a little bit more accurate by having, you know, gold and platinum play together and silver and bronze. Of course, you know, I'll be watching and making sure that it's not completely unfair matchups. You know, a really good player in silver who really should be playing platinum level players. And oh, we have a big battle here, and Fugazi coming in and no, not doing the damage he needs to, taking way too much damage from those siege tanks. And that is a massive loss. If I were him, I probably would have looked into maybe coming up around on the high ground here, coming in, getting that siege tank, or dropping in behind here, using his medevacs, dropping, coming from the back, killing the siege tanks. That's really what you need to do. You can't just charge into siege tanks like that, especially when you have to fight through bunkers and marines. And Hanjin making a slow, methodical push here, doing a lot of damage, and keeping himself alive extremely well. If you look at the range of those siege tanks, it's just so impressive that, you know, he can't even shoot this bunker with anything. And poor Fugazi, all of these idle workers, extremely bad for him right now. He really needs to get them back on the economy, building up more units. And personally, I'm not sure what he should do here. Maybe it would be a good idea to look into getting siege tanks of his own. It's hard to say. Maybe get Vikings, because if he can kill the high ground advantage, if he can regain the high ground advantage by sniping his Vikings, that's definitely going to help a little bit. His buildings can't be attacked. He can position his units up here, and other than scans, he can attack down here whenever he wants. Gets a nice spread on his units. He'd be able to keep the siege tanks from doing too much damage. I like the fact, though, that he's not forgetting, you know, I can just harvest a lot of minerals, build up an army, put it in the back, and hopefully be able to, you know, break out of this at some point. And his opponent, Hanjin, not having built any more workers, not having another base. This is an all-in play, ladies and gentlemen, but you already could tell that. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. If this does not work for Hanjin, he will lose the game. Yes. So he has to kill his opponent here. He's only building off that one base. He has absolutely nothing else to fall back on, whereas Fugazi here, desperately trying to stay in this game and really be able to do it. His opponent here, though, I think Hanjin really should be pushing a lot faster. It's quite wasteful to have all these additional bunkers in the back. You know, just keep one maybe to prevent a drop coming from the back and killing your tanks, but salvage these two. 300 resources, 4 marines. That's a lot that you can use to push out here. Way too many bunkers still here, you know, maybe keep this one and this one and this one and salvage these two. That's 600 resources we've already saved, plus 4 marines. He really should be pushing a little bit faster here. He's definitely not, you know, he really could crush his opponent and win the game right now if you look at it. But then again, you know, a lot of players like to err on the side of caution, because if you don't know what's up there, you know, he has not really been doing proper scanning or scouting. He doesn't know if something's horrible up there. And look at this, an epic drop that I totally missed in the back. I will make sure that I record that, guys, and put it in a picture-by-picture, which I don't know why I'm saying that, because you will have already seen it. Anyways, so yes, as we see, Fugazi not having much of an army, having to retreat up here. Finally, his base being taken completely out is natural. Production facility is about to die. Cancel these units! They will not get out alive. Oh, see. Cancel and fly off these buildings. Come on. And of course, everything, being unloaded outside of the base. Looks like as if Fugazi is bailing on his base, or is he going to try and come in from the rear and do some serious damage in the back? Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. And for some reason, hangene really being careful and cautious about pushing in. Kind of smart to do, but at the same time, you know, like these 2 siege tanks, really he should be moving them up, more aggressive positioning. There we go, finally doing it, and it does indeed. We see Fugazi is going for the counter push, and that is what he is going to do. And ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, this will be interesting, and we have a base race going on. Who doesn't love a base race? But of course, when you have a base race, if you have the hidden expansions, guess who's one up? But of course, if we look at the units tab here, we will see that it's a commanding unit lead for hangene. So definitely Fugazi has his work cut out, but there's absolutely nothing in the base. And look at this hangene not having rebuilt any SCVs after that drop. Oh my god, that is just horrible. He has Soviet SCVs. Run these SCVs away, man. Run! Oh, no! No! Don't let... Oh, these are your last 2 SCVs! Oh, don't let them... Okay, he's got 1 SCV left. Can he make it out alive? His buildings are fleeing. His army's going to defend for absolutely no reason. No, and the SCV dies. And but he can build another SCV. Oh, no, he can't build any more SCVs until he loses the unit. He is becoming so massively supply blocked. Hangene has 0 harvesters and 49 out of 11 supply. Hangene cannot build anything unless he kills almost his entire army and starts from ground 0. He has to push out. He has to win this game now. He has to send all of his units around the map. He has to find every single last building of Fugazi. He has to kill him. And oh my god, both players going for a base swap. Not only, ladies and gentlemen, do we have a base trade, but we have both players taking over their opponent's base. It's kind of pointless because like these resources have already been partially mined out, but it is freaking hilarious that they've done this. Both players having swapped bases, and hangene as well being so massively supply blocked. I don't know why when he had the supply he wasn't building SCVs earlier, but he still has 10 in the game, so really it's not that bad. And here are those SCVs finally going to be put to work. Looks like they're being sent up here to start mining, so that then he can build some supply depots and pull himself back into this game. But hangene, having the much larger army here, could easily push out if he finds his opponent. If he starts scouting the map right now, looking for everything, he will be able to go out, he will be able to find them all and kill off his opponent before his opponent can get back in the game. That is what he needs to do. He should be salvaging these bunkers, taking these marines out of them, sending scouts all the way around the map. You know what? Why am I trying to give this guy advice? Anyways. Apparently he doesn't like it. Yeah, I give up. I'll start giving Fugazi advice because you know what? At least Fugazi seems to know what he's doing. So Fugazi here, very nice positioning up on this high ground, even though his units could be a little closer to the edge of the ramp. But the big problem here with this positioning is, his opponent's situated down in this corner, which he may or may not know. But the problem is, when his opponent moves out anywhere except diagonally across the map, he will not see it. Because when you come through here, your army is in the fog of war. Same thing in this direction. So Fugazi, you know, without having this Hellion sort of scout around and be cautious, he will have absolutely no clue when the army moves out. And of course, I think I'm not sure if he's baffled. No, I think he knows where his opponent went because he saw all of the buildings flying this way, and he knows that it's suicide to run in against these bunkers. That's probably why he's not scouting up here. Yes, and he sees the big army pushing out of here, and at this point he's probably saying, yes, my opponent has settled his base back down there and knows where he's going. Of course, this barracks, at least it's scouting. That is good. This barracks finding this base, which is the whole reason why hangene is pushing out. He's going to encounter these bunkers though. He's got to be careful here though, because look at his siege tanks in the back. They're not sieged up, they're not protected if this army chose to come in. And that is exactly what this army might start doing. Yes, Fugazi, this is exactly what you need to do. Go in and kill off those siege tanks. And oh, they're not sieged up. 1, 2 siege, 3 siege tanks, 4 siege tanks falling. That is a massive loss for hangene, not having them sieged up. He could have just won there. If those siege tanks had been sieged and the marines had been in front of the siege tanks, game over, man. Game over. He would have wiped out the entire army, gone up, destroyed this base, and there wouldn't have been much Fugazi could have done to be able to, you know, rebuild off of 2 SCVs before he lost, before his opponent found him. So, hangene. You have nothing to do but micro. You cannot build SCVs. You cannot build buildings. You cannot build units because you have no supply. All you can do is micro. you don't. And you don't. But hangene now going for the kill. Let's see if he can still finish off the game. He still has that one siege tank, and with siege mode, it will be extremely devastating against this small patch of units. There are just so few units for Fugazi that he really could lose this game quite easily. There are easily double the number of Marines plus the siege tank. Who cares about the medevacs right now? Because if you have that siege tank kill the Marines, medevacs cannot win you the game alone. And of course, will the Viking get this command center before it lands? No, it will not. Will not even put it in the red, so the command center is safe for another day. And of course, Fugazi now saying I need to go and defend that. I assume that's what he's saying. And he's probably thinking, you know, this probably hasn't been scouted. I'm pretty safe here, hopefully. And yeah, he should start building some workers again. Come on, start building workers again. Fugazi. Come on. Well, dropping some mules at least, but, you know, so. Ah, there we go. Finally some SCV production coming out. Very good. This army of hangene just way too slow, way too immobile, not scouting around the map, not realizing that, you know, he can't do anything. Oh, it cracks me up every time I look at this. 33 out of 11 supply, and not a single SCV. And of course, Fugazi sending in the Doom Drop. I call it the Doom Drop, even though it's only like 8 Marines, because, well, his opponent has absolutely nothing to defend this. His army is completely out of position, trying to break through these rocks to go kill this base. And, well, should be an easy kill considering this army is extremely tiny now and out of position. The Marines coming in doing a ton of damage. The command center trying to fly away, but there's no way that command center will survive. Being a dick move and floating all of his buildings off around the map. Maybe not a dick move yet, because maybe he still has a chance, a small chance to win this game. But really, you know, he's just drawing out this game for absolutely no reason. But he did manage to kill off this command center if he only knew. If he only knew.
Base is under attack.
If he only knew, he could go and win this game. He could go and win this game. All he has to do is go and kill these buildings before they can lift off and fly away, and he wins. And he wins! Or he can go, and he can siege up his siege tank, and kill this entire army, and then go kill this base. Fugazi, you only have one thing in life you can do right now. That is micro. So micro! 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 Damn it. Okay, I set out. There we go. Finally, sieging up the siege tank. Very smart move. Fugazi having to retreat, but as long as he doesn't actually lose any units permanently, it's really not a huge loss for him. Because he's got all those medevacs that keep regenerating energy. And hangene does not have a single medevac. He does not even have any supply anymore because he does not have a command center. He has been completely revealed. He is naked. He is completely vulnerable. But if we look at the units tab, he doesn't even have the larger army anymore. He no longer has the army advantage, and here's the battle. Throwing his units in, has no high ground advantage, completely slaughtered, taps out finally with some good manners, and in the first placement match, it goes to Fugazi, who is continuing on to be at least in the losers bracket, but hopefully in the winners bracket for the actual tournament. And guys, I hope you enjoyed that game. It was interesting and amusing and painful all at the same time, but I had a blast and hope you guys did too. Until next time, have fun, good game.